Now, one of the perks of being a tech YouTuber is that sometimes you randomly get sent with a really good product by a company you've never heard of before. What's up everyone, my name is Janus, creator of Pinoy Tech Dad, and today we're discussing this wonderful true wireless earphones from Jabees, the Firefly 2. First, here's a quick unboxing. So just a quick overview, the Jabees Firefly 2 comes with extra ear tips, a USB Type-C charging cable, a strap that you can attach to its stem so they don't get lost if they fall off, a charging case, and the actual earphones themselves. My initial thought was that these were humongous as far as TWS earphones go, but don't worry, after several months of using it, these are still humongous. But seriously, you'll get used to it. And at first, you might think that the Jabees Firefly 2 won't fit nicely or that these would be uncomfortable, but you'd be surprised at how pleasant they are. They do slightly protrude out of your ears, but they actually fit snugly, and I never felt that they would fall off, even through strenuous activities. Now, at the face of the earphones, you have a rubberized button with the Jabees branding on it. These buttons are very hard to press, and we'll talk about that more later in this video. It also has a mini stem right over here that helps extend out the microphone to better capture audio. Then over here at the ear tips, you have a metallic chrome-like mesh, which you rarely see in earphones. Jabees also states that the Firefly 2 has a graphene membrane that enhances the overall sound, and while I'm not an audiophile, I do feel that the sound on these are really good. And speaking of sound, let's go ahead and talk about the audio quality. But first, let me really emphasize this. I'm not an audiophile. I'm just a casual listener, just like most people are. And while I do appreciate the flat sounding profile, I find that my taste tends to be more on the bass heavy sound profile. Also, just a quick tip, never ever set the volume in the Firefly 2 earphones to full, as it will significantly boost the bass and it won't sound good. Now, if you really need to adjust your volume, just use your device's volume control. Now, with that out of the way, the Jabees Firefly 2 has a bass boosted sound profile, but it's not the overwhelming kind of bass. It's just enough for you to feel the oomph and the thumps. And if I had to compare it with something popular, I'd say it sounds closer to the Zabat X12 Ultra's bass. Now, where it differs is with the vocals, which sound clearer and crisper on the Firefly 2. The soundstage on the Firefly 2 feels a little bit cramped, as each time I listen to music on it, I feel like I'm inside the room with the artist and I'm being serenaded with a very private performance. Personally, I like it, but for those who prefer a bigger soundstage, well, you've been warned. Anyway, if that explanation was too complicated for you, let me make it simple. Do the Jabees Firefly 2 earphones sound good? Yes, they absolutely sound good, especially if you like bass-heavy earphones. Among the many TWS earphones that I have right now, and I promise you I have a lot of them, sound-wise, this definitely sits right on top with the X12 Ultra. Now remember that part about the hard buttons on these? Well, yeah, it's not easy to press the buttons at all. You actually really need to put pressure in it to register a click. And for quick reference, I'll flash what each click does. Anyway, back to the buttons. So this is how you should use them. You need to hold the earphones themselves before you press the button. This ensures that you don't press the Firefly 2 deep into your brain. Overall, the buttons are responsive when you get to press them, and in addition, you do get volume control on the Firefly 2, but as I've mentioned, I wouldn't adjust them as I feel like they're at the perfect level right out of the box. Jabees promises about 10 hours of straight usage for the Firefly 2, and they do reach close to that number based on my experience, and I regularly got around 8 to 9 hours depending on volume, and I usually hover around 50% to 70% volume. Now, when it comes to the charging case, I'm a little bit disappointed with the 500 milliamp hours battery capacity, because for reference, the cheaper Halo GT1 Pro has an 800 milliamp hour charging case. You'll still be able to get about 2 to 3 extra charges with the case, and its standby time of 200 hours is quite impressive. Lastly, the Firefly 2 utilizes USB Type-C for charging, and it charges fast. For only 10 minutes of charging time, you can get up to 2 hours of usage. Now you can fully charge the Firefly 2 from 0 to 100% in just roughly 45 minutes. In addition, the case can be charged wirelessly as well. At $99, you'd think that the Firefly 2 would have Qualcomm's aptX chipset. Unfortunately, there's no aptX on these. However, I never really missed having aptX on these as they sound really good anyway. In addition, I never had any pairing issues. Now, if you do encounter any pairing issues, you can easily reset the Firefly 2 by pressing and holding this button on the charging case for 10 seconds. As for latency, I never noticed any perceivable lag when using the Firefly 2 for gaming, movies, and viewing YouTube videos. But if you want an accurate test, do check out the link on the upper right corner. So this is actually what I love the most about the Jabees Firefly 2. Its IP7 waterproof rating. This means you can use the Firefly 2 for exercising, swimming, and even if you just want to take a shower and keep listening to music or a podcast. It does sound a little bit weird, but trust me, it's really satisfying to listen to something while showering. The Jabees Firefly 2 boasts of a dual microphone setup. So here's a quick microphone test for your reference. Alright, so this is our microphone test for the Jabees Firefly 2, and they do claim that this has a dual microphone setup, so I'm not sure how this will sound, but you guys let me know in the comment section. So I'm currently at the balcony area, so there are a few vehicles passing by. I'm just gonna keep quiet for a little bit so you guys can have an idea of how much background noise this will be able to capture. And that's it for our microphone test for the Jabees Firefly 2. And as usual, nothing is perfect, so here are a few things that I don't like about the Firefly 2. First, the case cover is a little bit flimsy. It's a bit loose, like it's been overused already, so I just wish this was a little bit more firm. Second, the LED light indicators on the charging case has a red and white color when charging, and when you take it off, the light turns green. Now, if they can make this simpler, like it turns red when charging and then green when it's fully charged or unplugged, that would be great. And of course, there's the issue of the hard to press buttons, which to me isn't a big deal, but might be troublesome for others. And that's it. So this is gonna be tough for me because on the one hand, the Jabees Firefly 2 is definitely one of my favorites among the many TWS earphones that I have with me. At times, I even prefer it over my Sabbath X12 Ultras, and that's saying a lot because those have been my favorites for a long time. But then on the other hand, these cost $99 or a little over 5,000 pesos in the Philippines. And if I know my viewers, I know a lot of you want something that's in the range of $50 or below for TWS earphones. However, at those prices, you'd be hard-pressed to find something that the Jabees Firefly 2 offers. They're a darn good workout TWS earphones that you can use all the time, even when you shower. They're rugged and sturdy, and most of all, they offer great audio quality. Now, would I recommend it? Hell yes, but only if you have the budget for this and if it fits your needs. I do have the one more stylish true wireless earphones as well, which are also priced at $99. And while I haven't finished my video review of those, I can already tell you one thing. I like the Jabees Firefly 2 better. Anyway, if you want to get the Jabees Firefly 2, I'll put the links in the description box, and I'll try to see if I can give you guys some discount coupons so we can knock off a few dollars from its price. Now, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button so you can watch more videos like this in the future. And for more tech content, do check out the Gadget Gang, Sule Tech Reviews, and Gadget Sidekick YouTube channels. And that's it for today, guys. Keep safe and have a great day.